Yeah, we started in 1953, so it's 54 years. No, 53 years, yeah. We were born twins, you know, and he was born a day before I was. He was born on July the 30th, 1928, and 20 minutes later, after midnight, I was born on the 31st of July. So every day of the year, he's a day older than I am. But one day of the year, he's a year older than I am. And so I always kid him on his birthday about that. But we were the best of friends. And people say, well, did you ever argue? I said, we argued all the time. But we always did a lot of surfing together, a lot of diving. We made hundreds and hundreds of dives together. The only time we were ever separated was when we were in the Army for 2 years. And I talked to him every night. Well, we were surfers before I went in the Army. We came out here, and when we became lifeguards in 1947, we'd bought some boards. And we were one of the first people to go up to Thalco in Los Angeles and glass the nose of the board because we were always running into the pier. Greg Knoll was a little bitty kid when I first started surfing, and we'd lock him in a trash can. You know, I had those cans you put the lid on and lock it. The first surfboard Greg Knoll owned was a little cat board that Bill sold to him. And then he was drowning in between the pilings of the pier. He's a little bitty kid. And I jumped off the pier in shallow water and saved him. And so we knew all those guys, knew Dewey Weber and Greg Knoll and Bing Copeland, Rick Stoner, and they were all really nice guys. Rick Stoner was one of the nicest people you'll ever meet, so was Bing. And Hobie Alder was a nice guy. And we surfed Santa Cruz, we surfed primary Hermosa Beach, Manhattan Beach, and the Cove. And then when I became a lifeguard at El Porto, nobody had ever surfed El Porto. I surfed there every morning before I went to work. We were striving to make a more comfortable suit, something you could stay for hours in the water with, not get cold, and it floated you. My brother was a guy that went back and found the material at Bedford, Virginia. It was such a stretchy material and a lot of flexibility. And that kind of that's when the surfers started wearing our wetsuits. They wouldn't wear them before that because they were too doggone stiff. They're the ones that created our lifestyle. We didn't create it. I very seldom, and I try not to say people work for me, they work with me, because they're the ones that are responsible for our success.